Oh, wow. Hope you guys are doing well. I am here to do a Tish Tuesday. And I almost said Tuesday Tish. I don't know. That's weird. But actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, it probably does have some meaning from one of the things I've been being like experiencing, downloading, So, and I will get to that. Hi, Kitty. See, he's here now. As soon as the camera went live. But I hope y'all are doing well. I am going to, the whole point of Tish Tuesday is I only use my self-created oracles. I actually am counting them right now. I have 12 oracles that I made myself, and then technically 13 because I made my own ruins. So we have lots of messages is the point that can come out, but I've already prayed, asked for the right messages for the collective to hear for what they need to know right now. But first, I do want to say thank you so much for being here, but also that I just kind of want to go quickly through some of the things that is just, like I said, really been coming through lately. Okay. All right, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for your protection. Yes. And what's trippy, wasn't what I was going to say, but the other day, my kids and I came home and he had like right here, a spot about that big of just all his hair was gone. It was scary. Very, very scary because it was just like, you're an indoor cat. What caused that? And I think that's been 2 weeks, and thankfully you can't even see it now. It's grown back. Oh, you can still a little bit right there. No, I take that back. His hair is growing. But yeah, so I did a lot of praying over this little one because he's my pride and joy, other than my children. But that was weird, weird. But anyway, all right. So, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So some of the downloads have been heavy. Clearly, we're in this. Honestly, this portal that just started. I've been feeling this energy for 3 weeks, maybe 4. I've had so much change in my life in the last 4 weeks. But I feel like everything all the astrologers are talking about what the portal was going to bring, I already went through it. Like in the last 4 weeks, I've made massive changes in my life in every realm, like work, relationships, habits, what else? And it's a lot of surrendering, of just like, you know what, pain too, so I'm just wondering if anyone else has been going through this, and it's almost like now that we're here and we're starting this portal, it's kind of actually peaceful. So why a black cat? Not sure. I didn't create him. So he just is a black cat. I don't know. Anyway, but so it just kind of like led into this like belief that whatever you sowed is how this portal energy is going to be playing out and showing you. But it's also, the point is that it's massive changes that you just either didn't, I don't know. A lot of the changes I made, I didn't want to make. Actually, all of them I didn't want to make, even though one of them, was the biggest one because it was like my livelihood. It still was not something I wanted to do it, but at the same time, like scared as hell of like, well, what am I gonna do? I have no backup. I have no plan, but I knew in every part of my spidey sense here that it needed to happen. and I didn't. And so I hope that I'm saying this for the fact of everyone is going to have some decision to make, and the like you're just going to have to make it. You're going to have faith that it's going to be okay. And I promise, with as much peacefulness as it's brought, it's worth it. So, okay, there we go. Goodness me. All right. Man, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to read this. Is the origin based on the Indian? Your hairstyle is the braided, wait, your hairstyle is braided that way and the spear on the back. Oh, I'll take that, because I do feel like I have some sort of Indian spiritual ancestry. I've had visions that were deeply Native American, that, you know, like it just, you have visions of past lives. That's what I'm getting at. And one of mine is definitely from Native American culture. So, but yeah, actually it's a really big mess right now because I was driving in my car with the windows down and it just, you know, got a little wild. And so, but anyways, thank you. Let's see. All right. All right. Next download was, oh, how like I told you, like I feel like I've already been through this, but it makes sense because of the fact, and now granted, I'm like, knock on wood, because if more is to come and change in my life right now, I don't know what I would do. Like, so I'm hoping it's all done, but it makes sense because even with Mercury retrogrades, I get hit the most with Mercury retrograde in the pre-shadow. Like that's that first little bit of time, oh man, everything's done. And then once it's actually Mercury retrograde, it's like, okay, this isn't, it's not so bad. And then a little bit happens on the post, like, you know, but that pre, oh, it just slams me on the ground. But I think the reason why I get it, and maybe I'm saying this again in case this helps you understand your experience walking this earth, is that sometimes you have to be the first to have it happen in order to kind of like be there for other people for when it happens to them. Because it just feels like it's always been seen how like when it happens to me and then like weeks later, boom, it's happening to someone else, and it's like, and then I come into their life, and then it's like I'm able to like be there and help. So all I know is if whatever change is happening, you got this. Okay. Mercury, like the toxic metal? No, I'm sorry. It's the planet that I'm talking about, like Mercury, the planet. So, anyway, all right. So what else? There was, oh, I see. I should have wrote it down. It's all on my phone and I'm not going to get to it right now. Maybe it'll come out again. But, oh, one of them is, thank you for bringing that back. That Pisces and Virgo people are like their sister signs in the zodiac. And they are some of the, if not the most, two zodiacs that do not put up with drama. Like, you bring drama to me, I am, if it's not my drama, you know, like I'll kind of help you. But if you're bringing drama to my doorstep, you can best believe I'm not participating in it. And I'm a Pisces. And my Virgo friends and my Pisces friends we're the same. Do not bring me drama. If you want to disrupt my peace, I promise you, I will politely disappear. Because if you like drama in your life, that's great. Keep rolling that, you know, rolling the dice with that. Life is enough drama. I'm not trying to create it, right? And my peace is so valuable that it's not going to get disrupted by your games, by your gossip, by your um, anything that can, if you're just trying to bring drama, do not bring it. And Pisces and Virgos are the ones that are like, will tell you to your face, you can stop now. This is absurd. Your drama is not welcome. And so with this Pisces and Virgo eclipse portal, I think it's going to be interesting because I think a lot more people are going to see the drama in their relationships, in their experiences, in their life, however that looks for them. And it's going to be really a big spotlight on, I ain't got time for this. Like, I got my own things. And now you're trying to bring this to me. No. How do I, and then you're going to be sitting there going, how do I fix this? How am I going to, like, what did I do to create a space for someone to bring that to me? Oh, because I've let them do it 10 times prior. Like, you're going to be seeing things that you're just going to want to not be accepting of the drama. And this is Pisces, a very internal zodiac sign. So you might be seeing how it affects, like, how you're bringing the drama maybe to something. But as it's very internal, how do you see your internal, how do you start, like, maybe working on yourself on your internal side? It's because you see external things happening. You're like, oh, that person just acted that way to me. Then you have to, like, reflect and go, well, maybe, like, let's see what I did to get here to make them do that. Or at maybe seeing how you are in that person. Can I do that? Maybe, it's a mirror. And it's all, like, this whole entire time is going to be having a lot of mirror situations where you're going to be, like, seeing yourself maybe in other people or situations. And you're going to go, oh man, that needs to be fixed, like, now. So, okay. I know there's one more download, but I can't remember it. And I'm ready to move on. So, all right. I was thinking we're going to start with my, like, I haven't named it yet. It's just in its draft mode, but it's fully done. It's just I haven't created it with, like it's just this, right? It hasn't gotten to this place, right? But this is my third party oracle. Let's see. You have to give up alcohol, and you have to go for a jog, and you have to sleep well at night because everyone cries. Hey. Huh. I'm not sure what you mean, car games. I'm not sure if you're saying that at me or to, like, in general to anybody. So, anyways. All right. So the third party energy, which is why I was saying, like, how are you seeing what you need to see? Like, what external thing is happening that is, providing you opportunities to see what you need to change, or just meditate on, or, like, see a different perspective on. Okay. It says, I'm still trying to be somebody. That's, that's, like, really heavy hitting energy. And why it's third party energy is because somehow to even get to this place, you're kind of still, like, comparing yourself to other people, their life, their, how much do they have? How much do they get paid? What kind of car do they drive? um, they're in that relationship. Like in order for you to not be knowing where you are and that you are somebody, it's like this energy of like, you're not believing you are somebody just existing, and that however you are right now is damn good. This feels like you're not satisfied with where you are right now. And it's kind of like, that's very normal, and it's, we all can feel that, right? But if you start letting that be the deciding factor in how you make your decisions and how you make choices in your life, or how you show up in those situations and with those people, then that is where it's can be very limiting. You're limiting yourself. You're basically telling your subconscious is telling yourself, I'm not enough. And I don't know. I mean, I think I think you're already enough just by existing and being a good person. And even if that's just yourself, right? Yes, you have things to fix and to work on, because if you think you're a finished product, then I will say that I hope I'm not the first person to say this, but you're not. You've got plenty to work on. If you live till 90, you think you have nothing to work on from now till 90? That doesn't, So anyway, but it definitely feels like this energy of just not being secure. So that's going to be something that is quite big to be working on. Believing that you're enough as you are. As you wake up and like, wake up. Okay, I'm up. If you can't like just be like, at that moment, be like, damn, I got all that I need, then I hope you do get there. Okay. What else? Third party energy. Everything is chaotic right now. Everything. Well, we are in an eclipse portal. That is exactly what an eclipse portal brings. Chaos, the unknown, a void of anything you're aware of that you're used to. Just ride the wave, man. And I also heard with that the need for control, because that's the opposite of chaos, right? Like, or maybe it's not the opposite, but if you feel like everything's chaotic, it might be because you're trying to control the situation, and therefore you don't have control of it, so it feels chaotic. Wow, man, this feels so heavy, which I should have expected on this reading, considering the fact that it's in eclipse season. Everything is heavy right now. I cried 3 times today for just watching a movie. I just sat there, just bawled. Like, emotions are running high. And there's really no, I don't know why I cried. I could tell you right now, I'm like, I could be sitting next to someone maybe, and like, I would just start crying, and they'd be like, why are you crying? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is this right now that I'm watching is hitting something deep inside that I don't know why I'm crying. But energy is heavy. let it be heavy. It's the only way you're going to surrender and not have, like, try to control it. The more you try to control something right now, oh, the more it is going to be painful. Surrender is the name of the game right now. Thank you. One day I'm up and one day I'm down. Balance. I like that because when you saw this, I don't know if you can see it in there, but it had, hi Kurt, good. Welcome. It felt like that, which I love because that kind of feels very balanced energy, right? Which I'm going to take this as this is where you will eventually become balanced through this situation. And you're not going to be one day I'm up, one day I'm down. That's not fun, right? That would feel chaotic. Talk about not feeling like you can make a choice, because you would make that choice one moment in I'm good, and then that same choice could come in 5 minutes and the next day, whatever, and you'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, and want vengeance. And, one day you're like, let bygones be bygones. And then the next day you're like plotting revenge. That's like up and down energy. Like that is not, how could you trust yourself if you're always bing bonging between energies? So it says, I need to focus on parenting right now. That, when I just said that right now, it inner child energy just was radiating off the card. It's maybe not, now some of you might be a parent and that hits hard, right? But then there's some of you who don't have children, and maybe you're having to parent your parents. I don't know, right? But the biggest thing from that card I got was you're needing to parent yourself and your inner child by making good choices that say, you know what, I'm not just going to feed into immediate satisfaction right now. I know this choice right now sounds fun and it sounds like it would be worth it, but your inner child is saying, it's not going to make me feel safe in the long run. Please do something that makes me feel safe in the long run. Making choices, hard choices that your gut has been telling you about, that's how you take care of and doing self-love, self-care practices, that's how you're going to be parenting your inner child. You know what I just also heard was, it's very much Saturn energy right now, where it's like you might be feeling the pain points of being parented by Daddy Saturn, who's making you face some of the things, do some of the things that you don't normally choose because maybe it was a habit. It was self-gratification. It was ego-based. But all of those paradigms and those walls are all crumbling. You're going to, Saturn right now is not letting any of us get away with something that does not have good foundation. Last card, because I feel like there's one more. Thank you. Okay. You and I are not alone. We're surrounded by our loved ones, both earthly and spiritual. I love this card. I love that this came out because everything else felt very hard and heavy. But this, now granted, some of you guys are working through this, like starting to create that spiritual connection of belief that you aren't alone and that you do have angels and ancestors walking beside you, in front of you, behind you. But I really feel like this is kind of one of those, you're embracing or have embraced the fact that I just heard you're a very small piece of the puzzle. So act like that in situations. Maybe this isn't a big deal. Why am I making it a big deal? This is a very small thing in the grand scheme of things. But the balance part is also knowing you're the greatest thing that ever happened to this earth. In this lifetime and every lifetime, right? You have a purpose. You have a reason for being here. You have gifts to give others. And you have a reason to find passion and live out those passions in this life. That's a big energy of being like, oh, I'm everything. There's only one of me. And walking into situations, knowing that. Having that balance between, this is nothing really big deal. I'm a big deal. Having that like balance is key to everything. Okay. Love that. What else? What is the next oracle? All right, this one's screaming at me. This is my mixtape oracle. All of my self-created oracles are for sale if you're ever interested and are called to purchase any. Thank you. It says, the sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came. And it's by the group The Wanted. Wow. I love how this talks about one day I'm up, one day I'm down, the sun goes down, the stars come out. It's kind of like that. There's a time and a place, and it's ever changing, right? But my universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came to this earth on this lifetime. I'm speaking to you right now. You that's watching. I'm thankful you're here. Your friends and family are thankful that you're here. Your ancestors that are floating the entire universe, they're happy that you're here right now. You count, you matter, and I believe that is a big, big realization that people are going to be really understanding. All right. And what is I'm being called to say? Understand that you'll be tested. That knowledge, that belief in yourself, you will be tested on that several times. Maybe throughout your entire life, if it's something that you came here to overcome. Right? If you came here to believe, like to hone in on your insecurity and believe that you are a magical, beautiful creature, then you will be tested on that multiple times. You'll be placed in situations that make you feel less than. It'll make you be in places where you have to choose yourself in order to give yourself that belief and power. It's not easy. But when you actually do pass the test every single time you do a little bit at passing it. And then once you really do pass it where you're like, there's nothing that can shake me, it feels really good and well worth it. And I really do feel like some of you, whoever are like in a very peaceful place right now, you've been doing this. You've been doing this for years. You've been tested for years. Thank you. All right. It says, I can't replace you. I can't replace you with a million rings. I should have told you what you meant to me, because now I pay the price. And the song is The One That Got Away by Katy Perry. So, very much regrets, but it's also more so about not saying what needed to be said. Or, I heard, not knowing until it was too late. Like maybe you weren't even consciously aware that you were not acknowledging someone's value in your life. But now, in this, there's going to be a moment where you're going to go, oh damn, now I get it. Now I get their value. But I mean, honestly, you had to work up to that place, right? I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but just in this fact that you can't hold someone liable when they don't even know what they've done or did. They're kind of ignorant to it. Now, maybe you can hold them accountable of their actions or whatever they did if they did know what they were doing. But even at that, there is a little bit of that ego still that's resting in that person that they're battling themselves. Therefore, allow them to do the thing that they did. So there's always forgiveness. If not for them, for you. All right, last one. It says, I don't talk to God. Your body's enough. I'm here and I'm yours till morning. There's no need to speak, wrapped up in these sheets. Blind faith when I'm falling for you. And the song is Heaven by the Cheat Codes. Well, I mean, I'm hearing two different things very loudly. One is that, there is someone else that is really going to be helping you achieve this faith, belief, wisdom, understanding about yourself. And it makes sense because like all of the third party energy where it's like you have to see something with someone else in order to realize how you are in that dynamic. But I also heard oh dang, that just left. I guess it wasn't meant to be said. It'll come back if it's meant to come back. Oh well. Oh, as soon as I give up, like it comes back, right? Have you noticed that here? One of them, what I heard initially was the fact that also this might be speaking on the whole, this is only for maybe some, right? But if you're not treating someone exactly like here, I should have known what you meant to me. If you're really just using people for what they can be used for your needs, wants, it will definitely come back, either in regrets or, no, I guess that's really all I want to say because I don't really know any other like physical things. Because I hope nobody's being like physically reactive to someone else, you know? But just felt like when I first read that, the first part of energy was just kind of like, kind of just seeing someone who was just kind of getting what they wanted out of a relationship in a bed, without any real intentions behind it, but maybe acting like it. Or also, that's all someone was able to give. It may look like they were just doing it unintentionally, but that's all their emotional self could even offer. They had nothing else to offer because they didn't even know they had something else. They were blocking themselves from their own happiness and their own allowing of being vulnerable and open. All they know is how to be very cold, one-sided, and that's all you can expect from them. That's all they could expect from themselves. So that's for a very that might be for just some of you. Let's see. Let's do a portal power. I don't know how long I've been on. 36 minutes. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I feel like a lot of good messages have come out. Thank you. Okay. It says nature. You can't read it. I'm sorry. Man could never make anything more perfect. Nature. And it says hike or picnic. This is a really cool like boulder that had a pathway through it. Pretty cool. So I guess my point is that what I'm feeling from this is, if you can, it's very important to go out in nature right now. Ground yourself. Take a hike. Have a picnic. Right? But I also get from this is like very just black and white. Your nature as a person, that is being cultivated right now. You are looking at your nature, how you operate. It's a very big self-examination of that. And I have to say this, even though I know some of, not everyone is perfect and amazing, right? But overall, everyone has a fantastically beautiful nature about themselves at the root, right? But our nature can be sometimes swayed with our friend groups, our relationships, who we pick to be in a relationship with. I don't know. It's just nature is very much prepared for seasons, right? They're outside. They have to deal with the coldness of winter, the chill of the fall. They have to deal with the nature has to deal with the hot blistering sun in summer, and then the growth cycle of spring. But it looks like it's going through so much when considering we as human beings get to be in a hi card games. When we get to be in a what's the word? I don't know why it's blanking, but a home that has a roof. You know what I mean? Like, we get to be taken away from the elements, but nature goes through all of that. unapologetically. Like it receives all of the levels of the seasons, right? And it's meant to. It's designed to. It actually creates the ecosystem that makes nature thrive. So just because you're seeing it as something that's like, how, overwhelming, too much, doesn't mean that that's not exactly what you're meant for, or it's not preparing you for the next season. All right, and then we got bridge, uniting two worlds with common ground. Check, and then the little cheeky messages, check the sturdiness before crossing. And fun fact, this is a bridge that my dad built probably in the 90s at our little like neighborhood lake that we have. And it's like underneath it is one of the river paths that go off of the lake. But yeah, this bridge is still there. And I love being able to go visit it because it does make me feel really like a child, knowing that, my dad bettered the neighborhood for all of us kids so we could just ride our bikes endlessly around the neighborhood. So, but bridge, check the sturdiness before crossing, and uniting two worlds with common ground. Honestly, what I got from that, I mean, obviously we can say it is regarding two people, two relationships, uniting, right? But, and I think that is very well important with this, but I'm just reading these messages. No, I do not have a personal Instagram account that is public, but I do have Star Love Healing. So if you're needing, that would be it. And then bridge. What I was saying is, I also get from this, it's more like, sorry, I keep getting distracted, which I think is a message in itself. But, oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so it's more like right now, you're bridging your old timeline. That was one of my downloads. Yes, it came back. Okay, you're bridging your old timeline to your new timeline through this voided bridge right now. You're crossing this bridge into a new timeline, a new understanding of how you want to live, who you want to be, who you want around you, who you want to give your energy and time to, who you shouldn't give your energy and time to anymore. And that could be situations and places too. But you're between two worlds right now, and there's this bridge that you're on. Just keep crossing the bridge. So I think that's cool. But I was going to say that the last download I was meaning to share earlier at the beginning of the video was how it's really cool when you can know that you're in a new timeline because of like the weird quirkiness things that happen. And I want you to be aware of like weird stuff that just happens. Like electronics won't work very well. Or just very glitchy, and you're just kind of like, okay, it's never done that before. People stare at you. Whenever you're out and about, people just stare. And it's not just one person. It's like a lot of people. They're picking up on your new power, your new radiating energy. And then also, this happened to me the other day, and it was so trippy. Well, all of this has happened to me recently. That's why I'm sharing it, because it's like I know I'm on a new timeline. Like I know I have done something. But I am one of those people that know their compass, right? I know north, south, east, west. I completely, if I get out of a car, even if I'm not even from this town, I will know we came from the north, we drove south to this building. I go into the building. Thank you. Um, Even inside the building, I'll know, like if someone's telling me a story and they're like, oh yeah, highways, blah, 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 is, we're just going to take a highway 7. I'm going to be like, yeah, right there. Like, yeah, we're going to take a left out of here. We're going to take a right. Like, I know my, like, I just have a very good internal compass when it comes to location, right? Um, but the other day I got so turned around that I just sat there going, I was driving a road I've driven many, many times in my entire life, and I could not place where on that road I was. I just sat there. Um, I don't know. Um, but I sat there just going, where am I? I've lived in this city for my whole life almost. And I do not know where I'm at on this street. It was the trippiest thing ever. And it was so crazy because I had just left a like a plant sale at someone's house. She had amazing plants. Oh my God. And um, I left her house, but when I was leaving, I was planning on going back the way I came out of the neighborhood, but I was going to go to another place right near there. And I put my GPS on. I know where I set it, and I started following it, and I'm like, it's taking me not the same way I came here, even though I'm going exactly where I'm going back exactly the way I came. But the GPS would not take me that way. It kept saying this way, this way, this way. So I went with it because I'm like, maybe I know something I don't, right? And sure enough, it took me to a weird place that I wasn't even on my, that I didn't even know I was going to. But when I was driving out of the neighborhood, I took, 2 weird turns, and I was like, I'm not going south anymore. I'm going like east. Why am I going east? I want to go south. And then I get out on this main road, and the road I'm talking about, where I'm just like, I don't know where I'm at. Like, where am I on? I know what road I'm on, but where on the road? It's a very long road, and I couldn't place where I was. And then all of a sudden, I'm driving and I'm seeing signs for the plant sale that I just left. And I'm like, but I'm driving in the car going, I just left the plant sale over there. It's behind me and to my back left. But the signs for this plant sale are on this side of the road, this side of the neighborhood. And I was telling my kiddo, I was like, that's weird. That sign is for the plant sale that I just left from that way. Why is it telling us to go that way? And what was even trippier is that I had a moment where I was just like, where, like, I don't know. I'm going to leave it there. But my point is, you can get very mixed up. You don't even know where you are. Places that look very, like you're comfortable with them. You know where you are. You all of a sudden don't know where you are. And it's a very big sign of like new timelines, that you've shifted into something else because nothing makes sense. That should make sense. So maybe that might help somebody when they're going crazy one day. So anyway, well, I hope this has helped. I am going to get off. It's already, oh man, I just jabbered on for another 20 something minutes. But I hope you got something from this. If this resonated, please like the video. That's the only way, like that's the freest way that you can give back to me and this channel, and also to people you don't even know, so that because YouTube will start circulating it if there's interaction. So this is a free reading. I hope it gives you something that is of value, and if you do feel called to, please reciprocate that freeness by liking the video. So y'all take care. Thank you for being here on this Tish Tuesday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.